Good morning. I am coming to you from my tent still. It is starting to get light out, but it rained last night and I actually had a river flowing under the center of my tent. You can't probably tell, but over on this side, this is a road I am on. It's an old Forest Service road, and right here the river came down under my tent and out the other side. So on either side over here there's a ridge, so I put my backpack with my rain pack on it. I put my clothes up there, and then on the other side over here I had my air mattress on this little ridge. So I didn't get totally wet, but the center of my tent definitely did. Right now, there is a pond view out front, and I am just contemplating life and getting everything kind of packed up. There is a shelter in 2.5 miles that I'm going to go and try and dry some stuff out, I think. And then it's supposed to be sunny today, so at some point, if stuff doesn't get dried out, I will, I think I'm going to be on some rocks and stuff, so I'll be able to hopefully dry some stuff out then. But it was a interesting evening. Not a ton of sleep, but it is what it is. Come along for the day, and we'll see what happens. I made it up to the Hexacuba shelter, and it is a hexagon. And it was quite the hike up also. It's a little blue blaze trail, and you go straight back down to the AT that direction. And the privy is up the hill that way, and it's again uphill. We do have a little fire area, and then it says some tent sites down there, but the reviews on Far Out say there's like 1 or 2 that are kind of flat. So that is that. Today is not raining, woohoo! The sun is not really shining right now either. I was hoping to get to a flat spot on top of the mountain where it would be sunny and I could lay out my tent, but I'm not sure if that's going to happen. My tent is drenched. It probably weighs, between my tent and my house wrap that I put under it, it's probably 10 pounds. It's serious. But regardless, I am moving northward today. Not sure if my mileage will be 9 miles to the next tenting site. Ideally, if I could dry out, that's where I would go. Otherwise, there is a hiker's welcome hostel, about 16 point something miles, so that's another option. But I will see what happens when I get there, and you will know after I do. Back to climbing rocks. And because they're wet, sliding down rocks as well.
But the wisdom that comes from heaven is first of all pure, then peace-loving, considerate, submissive, full of mercy and good fruit, impartial and sincere.
Or not.
James 3:17.
And I gotta go this way. These rocks, I don't know what they are, but they're incredibly slick when they're wet. And half the time, they're wet just from humidity. I think it's this way. All right. That's enough for now. I found a sunny spot to hopefully dry out my tent. So I've got it all spread out here. And hopefully I can get it dried out while I enjoy the view. All right, here is a slab of rock, probably about 40 feet we're estimating, and we're just climbing straight up it. Here we go. This is a calf workout for sure, and buns. Oh. Gonna be the stunning view when I turn around. I just know it. Okay. Oh, there's a cairn up there, so that's probably where we need to go. That's where we were again last night. Oh, same view, just a higher perspective. All right, way off yonder, you see that rock ledge? I'm thinking that's Mount Cube. That might be where we're heading next. So we're a bit away. We'll see what happens. That's how they mark the blazes on mountaintops, with rock. So I think these are the outcroppings we just saw, but I'm not sure exactly where we were. Unless it was that mountain over there. I don't know. It's confusing. But it's beautiful, so I'm going to take it all in anyhow. I love the depth of the mountains there. It's beautiful. There's the big one we climbed yesterday again. More in the distance. Another beautiful stream, river. I don't know what they call them around these parts. This is where I decided to stop, rinse off my shoes, got them resting here, and then I've got to walk across this, so I'll probably do that barefoot and then put my shoes on the other side, in spite of all the rocks. But it was a nice little place to sit and have a little lunch break. And then climb on over to my campsite. I'm going to be going to a campsite. I, of course, don't know the name of it. I'll let you know what that is. But evidently the shelter that was there burned down, and they've just left the spot open for camping. So that's where I'm going to be heading for tonight. It's not supposed to rain. So I'll have a dry tent after hanging out on the boulders, letting them dry. I'll have a dry tent for tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. Such a pretty spot. I could stay here forever. I could stay on the boulders in the sun forever. I could stay by the creek with the running water forever. Lots of places that I really like. But I think only like 2.5 miles to the campsite, so I'm going to get packed up and heading back that way, or heading out that way. So I'll catch you there. So I just came to this 30 plus bunks campsite. This is actually where I'm staying tomorrow night. Hikers Welcome Hostel.
Did you cross the log or?
Camp Musalaki. It looks like a fun place. There's a climbing wall. And there's a moose. Very cool. Today I started here at a stealth campsite. I went down and up this Eastman Ledges. And that's where I dried out my tent and my
rain fly and my sleeping bag and all that stuff. Came down to the Hexacubus shelter. This was a cool shelter. You saw it in the pictures. It's a hexagon shape. The climb up to it from the AT was pretty steep. And then we began the ascent to Cube Mountain. Now this ascent looks really steep, but it was a lot of rock climbing, and it was actually kind of fun. There were some boulder slabs that you had to walk up, and then the top. And we came down, and I am now staying here at 1791.9. It is the Ore Hill campsite. And there used to be a shelter here, but it burned down, and we are I'm literally camped right where the shelter would have been. So that was the day for today, and then tomorrow is a shorter day yet. Today was a 9.3 mile. Tomorrow is shorter because I am going into a hostel, and I'll share that with you tomorrow. I am once again laying in bed. The mosquitoes are pretty intense out there, so I have locked myself in my tent. That is a tree that has fallen down, so that's the bottom side, the roots. There's all kinds of raspberry pickers out there. And yeah, today was a kind of a fun day. I had my energy back at full speed after having this little respiratory thing going on. I feel much stronger. And thank you, Kimmy. I'll just say that. You know why. What else? I can't think of anything else, so yeah, I will get back with you tomorrow. I'll put the AT miles again in here. I think I already told you. I know I told you it was 9.3. But that's it. Some beautiful scenery today. That more alpine stuff where the pine trees are really thick and have moss growing all over them. That's really pretty. I will do some more recording of that in the near future on some more hikes. I know it's going to be there. And the mud. So New Hampshire mud and Vermont mud. Differences. Yes, there are differences. Vermont mud is mud. New Hampshire mud stinks. It smells like swamp. So shoes are worse, and yeah, lots of mud on the trail still. Granted, we did not get the rain today or tomorrow, so that's something to be excited about. And then Friday, it's supposed to rain again. 80% chance as of now for rain on Friday. I'm hoping to do some slack packing, and that might end up being Friday in the rain, so we'll see what happens. I know you'll come along for the adventure. Thank you. God bless. And until next time, bye-bye. For those of you who might like to dig a little bit deeper and get to know me a little bit more, I've designed a membership called Campfire Calls. It's a donation-based membership. You simply click in the link in the comments section or in the description of this video, and you will get to join me around 8 to 10 campfires along the Appalachian Trail as I journey from Harper's Ferry to Katahdin in Maine, and then back from Harper's Ferry to Georgia. And you'll just get to be able to connect with me on a Zoom call and chat, ask questions, and find out more about how the hike is going. So if you'd like to join me, be sure to click the link in the description or in the comment section of this video. Thank you, God bless, and see you next time.